Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Brandy, and today I'm going to show you how to make the most delicious pork chop you've had without using a marinade. Now, for those of you who know me, you know that I love three things. If coffee doesn't count, two things, a lot. Puns and food. And HeyGrillHey.com wraps them both together. So I found this really delicious seasoning rub for grilled pork chops I wanted to share with you today. It's just gonna be a nice, easy, quick video. For our pork chop rub, we're going to use 2 tablespoons smoked paprika, 1 tablespoon kosher salt, 1 tablespoon black pepper, 1 tablespoon brown sugar, a teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of onion powder, 1/2 teaspoon of ground mustard, and 1/2 teaspoon cayenne pepper. For that, you're just gonna mix that all together. And you do want to make sure that all the brown sugar clumps are sort of worked out of there. Now, the longer you let this sit, the more clumpy the brown sugar will be. So do bear that in mind. Now, I've got my grill preheated to 500 degrees already, so that is going to be ready for us to go. You want to put this rub together and put it on the pork chops just right before they go out. You don't want it sitting there for a long time. All right, we've got our pork chops, and for this, we're just gonna sprinkle them very liberally. And do remember to hang on to enough of your rub to do both sides. You don't want to get to the other side and realize 3 pork chops don't have any seasoning. And if you can remember, I know it's sort of hard, but you want to keep one hand wet and one hand dry. And the purpose of that is just so that the seasonings and things don't clump up on your hands. Okay, now that we've got that done, we're going to go ahead and flip them. This is it's my sort of dry hand. So I'm gonna use this one as my wet hand. We're gonna go ahead and get those flipped. And then we'll repeat on the other side. Okay, and from there, we're gonna go put them out on the grill. All right, so we are outside. I'm so sorry if we've got a little bit of interference. I've got the street just on the other side of my backyard. So I've got my handy dandy tongs, and we've got our chops right here. My grill is a whopping 500 degrees. And so from there, we're just gonna go ahead and put those pork chops on. So we've got our pork chops. I've greased let me just throw them on there, right? I'm just gonna use my hands to get them on there. So when it comes to grilling, I am a big fan of cross hatching. And I'll show you that just momentarily. I went ahead and did rub my grates down with a little bit of olive oil. All right, so we've got our chops down. We're gonna let them sit for, a minute or so, 90 seconds. And then when they are nice and grilled in one direction, we'll go ahead and flip them about 180 degrees. So we've got that nice charred X crosshatch pattern on it. So see, that's what we're looking for right there. So if it was here, we want to switch it about 180 degrees. And we're going to do that with all of them. And I always like to go to a spot that meat hasn't prior been sitting, just because it is really nice and hot as well. You don't have to wait quite as long for those char marks. We'll go ahead and move those. And so see, look how good that looks. So if we're sitting here, we're gonna go this way, right? We've got this one here. We'll move it this way. Now we'll go ahead and close it, wait our 5 minutes before we flip those over. All right, it's been about 5 minutes. You can see right here, we're just over 500 degrees, which means we've gotten back up to heat. What we'll do, we're gonna go ahead and get these bad boys flipped over. Now look at that. See how easy that was? It always looks so difficult when you see it on your plate, but guys, it's super easy. This is so easy. So we're just gonna flip them over. And again, we're gonna wait that 30 to 60 seconds before we rotate to crosshatch. And it's been about 90 seconds. So we've got our grill marks here too. And again, we're gonna put it in a new spot that hasn't been touched by the grill, by meat already. And I know that over here is a cooler part of my grill, so I'm just gonna stay away from it. All right, 5 minutes for the second time is up. Guys, look at those. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get them pulled off the grill really quickly. We've got chops, guys. All right, we are back inside. If you didn't, please make sure your grill is turned off. If you're not familiar with heat and when meat is finished, please don't rely on guesswork. For me, I know when a pork chop or chicken feels done to the touch, and I know when my steak needs to be done. Please take a thermometer with you if you're not used to it. Chicken and pork especially, you don't want undercooked. No one wants to have a miserable night or a miserable couple days. I am gonna pair my pork chops with a nice side salad and some pan-fried zucchini. I will show you what that looks like when it's finished. Pork chops are done, zucchini is finished, and I threw together a little salad just with some shaved Parmesan, olive oil, and balsamic vinegar. And guys, just like that, easy dinner, no marinade. It's okay for a weeknight. We don't know what we're doing for dinner, but we've got meat. You're ready to go. Now, I will tell you, one of the most important things as far as cooking meat is do let it rest at least 5 minutes. And the reason is the cells inside the meat, when you go to cook it, cut it open, and everything's so hot, all those juices pour out onto your plate, which does you no good. If instead you can wait those 5 minutes, and I know sometimes those 5 minutes are just the longest time in the history of 5 minutes. I get it. I love food, like I told you. Give it that 5 minutes for the liquid to sort of redistribute into the cells of your meat. And that way your meat is just juicier instead of your plate just being watery. It's been 5 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and cut into that. And look at that, just beautiful, juicy meat ready for dinner. Guys, I hope that this video added value for you, helps you to understand what to do on a busy night when maybe you don't have time for a huge elaborate meal, but you want to eat well. Now, like always, I did link that rub down below in the description. Go give heygrillhey.com some love. If this did add value, please hit that subscribe button down below, ring the bell so that you don't miss a video, and I'll see you next time, guys. I've got food to eat.